Hey Mike, do you have any new local Bigfoot sightings or stories that came into the museum?
Yeah, I do. I have a couple of fresh ones. Well, they're not, they're actually, these are anecdotes of something that happened prior to today, older stories, but what's exciting about these stories is they corroborate other stories that we have, some of which are very, very recent. And, you know, you just keep adding these extra depth to the database, and it really it makes a stronger and stronger case for the reality of the Bigfoot in this area. So a man came in. He said that his grandfather, I'm not going to mention the names right now because I didn't have time to look this up, but his grandfather was responsible for building the narrow gauge railroad that used to travel through Nisene Marks Park. Now, Nisene Marks is one of our prime Bigfoot areas. We have a great deal of history from Nisene of sightings. And some of our more exciting recent events came out of Nisene Marks, including the video we shot last year, and the sighting by the 7-foot-tall man named Talks with Owls, who saw one, a couple of them there in April. Also, so this man said that in 1976 he heard footfalls, and he and a bunch of friends were up on the quarry that's on the western side of Nisene Marks. That's Olive Springs Quarry. And I've mentioned in the past that we've found a significant number of sightings that seem to have a relationship with quarries. And so this is one of the areas that we have attempted to get into at night. We took a hike into the quarry just recently and had to call it off because of some rowdy people that were riding up in vehicles on the road we were on. But this man back in '76 was up there with some friends. It was dark, it was late, they were in the quarry, and they were stalked by something. He said they could very definitely hear something walking, and apparently was on two legs, and it seemed fairly hefty. So, you know, it's another one of those sketchy kinds of things. But there's not too many things that can make a sound that sounds like a Bigfoot walking, other than a human being and maybe a bear, because they have you know, big flat feet, and it has a particular kind of sound it makes, very different from the sound of hooves, you know, the other kind of animals that you're typically going to hear. And most of the cats, their feet are padded, and they're very quiet when they walk around, so you don't hear them. So it's pretty hard to mistake a Bigfoot for anything other than another large animal like a person or a bear. Now, this is one of the most exciting ones that the man told me. This is the same fellow whose father built the railroad. He said that 4 years ago he was up in Nisene Marks, and of course he was raised in that area. He's been all around the park, and he was on the northern part of the park above Buzzard Lagoon. There's a part of Buzzard Lagoon Road that goes into the park, and he said about 300 yards into the woods, on an apparent animal trail, he said he ran across the largest specimen of scat that he's ever seen in his entire life. He said this was the biggest poop I've ever seen, and I don't know if it's a fish story or what, but he said it was about that long, and, you know, just a tremendous diameter, and he was absolutely blown away by it because he couldn't imagine what in the world could have left that large a bit of scat.